Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing QVC in the 3-minute pool in ICC. And I'm going to play something offbeat if QVC lets me. I'm going to play b6 and bishop b7. If you guys have been watching my games, you know I've been experimenting with this line a little bit lately. Yeah, queen c2 is a critical move to try to threaten e4, and the move is d5 now. I've just been kind of looking at this line a little bit. I believe it goes take and now e6, I think. Or is it e5? It's not e5. Or is it? I can't remember, so I'll play e6. But sometimes you can sacrifice a pawn with e5 in this line. So, okay, they might be trying to play e5 themselves. I'll play knight d7. No. I better play h6 first. We'll see if they want to play e5 soon or not. I'm just trying to delay castling for a moment. They might play e5. But if they play e5, I'll play c5 and try to gain counterplay. I'll play c5 regardless, but these positions end up looking like a semi-Tarrasch sometimes. All right, maybe I'll go here and try to play bishop a6 in an effort to exchange the light square bishops. I don't think that's such an unreasonable plan. He does have a nice center, so do this. Because his light square bishop is a lot better than his dark square bishop. That much is clear. Okay, so I'm going to take, and then I'm going to take on d3, and I'm going to play bishop f6 after this. But he can play c4 and attempt to get rid of the dark square bishops, like trade them off. Rook e8. Thought about queen f5 too, but maybe this causes him more problems. All right, what's up if I take on e5, bishop takes, and then queen f5? He has rook e3 then. But I have knight d7. He has take, take, queen f5, rook f3 maybe. Oh, but then I can take on e5. All right, let's do this. This is kind of weird, but it actually might be okay. Oh, he's going to play that first. Okay. Interesting. So if f6, his idea is f4, I suppose. He has to do that. And then bishop d4, he can take it. And all the tactics work out for him. f6, f4. I have a wacky idea. Let's go here. So my idea is if take, I can take on b2. And if that, I'm thinking, well, I was thinking knight d4. But that's probably not good. And I think I'm getting more fancy than I should be in this position. All right, whatever. We're just going to take and then take again and go queen d7. Just keeping it simple. If rook d to e1, I was going to do queen a4. Let's do this now. Hide our king. Let's go g6. I can't take that. Might as well bring our rook back. Defend f7 a little bit better. I wonder if he'll play a6 instead of taking. I got myself bound up. I spent too long thinking about those nuances after the e5 operation. Now I'm having to defend. This is kind of a passive position. Is it weird that I want to go king f6 next move? Hopefully not. Hopefully not weird. Yeah, let's go queen e6. I need to simplify. I really think he should have played a6 instead of taking on b6. That would have given me more problems. He's going to try to take on b6 next. But I can play rook d8. Wow, he didn't do that. Interesting. All right, here he can play rook takes f7, but I don't know what else to do.
Check.
This is looking to simplify. Gotta be careful for both sides. Just gonna pry open my king, h5. Okay, I'll just take it.
Check.
Oh boy, I missed that move. Fortunately for me, it's not fatal, but I can do this.
Check. Check.
Oh, this is queen. All right, I won on time. Not a pretty game by any means. You know, he had several different things that I think could have put more pressure on me. I'm surprised that d6 gave me so many problems, because it appeared to me that d6 needs to be prepared better and that he should keep the pawn on d5, but the way the game played out, that might not be the case. You know, maybe I should have played queen e6 immediately upon him playing d6. We'll go back and take a look. But yeah, this whole line with b6, one of the critical tries is if white does exactly what they did in the game, which is to try to prepare e4 as quickly as possible. You know, not letting black get any notion that e4 will not come. So that's why I play d5, and then you get these like semi-Tarrasch looking positions. I mentioned the possibility of e5. Like sometimes this is a viable sacrifice, and then trying to attack this pawn, but I'm not sure when he has f4 available. Although then I get knight c5 in. I don't know if in this position it's any good to do this. It's probably sketchy for black. So that's why I chose e6. And a lot of times it turns out the queen is misplaced on c2, because after a subsequent c5, as happened in the game, if the queen were still sitting on c2, that would be a prime target for a rook when it eventually comes to c8 after a capture on d4. So let's just see what the engine thinks about this position. Queen c8, yeah, it likes white. d5, probably likes white's central presence, and yeah, he has a nice pawn in the middle. So here I took and then took again and then played bishop f6. I thought my position was acceptable right now, but it's very possible that he's just completely fine. You know, the line I was spending the most time on was this, and then queen f5, but it looks like he wasn't even intending that at all. How does this line go? f6, f4. Wow. And apparently he'll have good play if this happens. Just those intimidating pawns in the center. So that's no good. Oh, bishop takes h2. I didn't see bishop takes h2. I got really fancy here with knight c6. My thinking was like, oh, I'm going to try to get him to take, and then I'm going to take here, and I'll probably just be up a pawn after all this. But you see how much time I spent on that. I spent like a third of my time finding knight c6, and it's not even particularly good. So this endgame, a bit better for white. That's expected. I mean, I'm solid, but he has the protected passed pawn, which is more relevant than my pawn majority on the queen side. Rook e8. And here I thought about, or I mentioned queen e6, attacking this. It's interesting how often he can just do like what the computer is saying, f4, and give up a pawn on c4. So he just gets a lot of play with that, I suppose. So rook e8. Guess I am a little bit worse now. I started playing quick yet passive moves. Let me see what the computer says about a6, because I thought that would have been a good way of playing right here. No, the engine likes taking. The reason why I like a6 for him is it might give him a hook to play queen b7 when I'm not prepared for it. Rook d8, going passive. Yeah, I don't like this position at all for black. It may be solid, but it seems like a6 was a better way to squeeze me. The computer is really enthusiastic about this line, though, that occurred in the game. take on c4, right? So queen d3 would have been safer, guarding c4, and also guarding the d6 pawn still. Yeah, and I was really expecting rook takes b6 in this position. Thought for sure that was what he was going to do. And then we could go into a queen ending, where arguably his pawn is a little bit more threatening than mine, but my king is pretty close to assist in defending. I was actually planning on rook takes b6, rook d8 to try to hold out, which also appears to be fine. But he surprised me with that rook f3 move. Yeah, now here, rook a8 does look better than what I did. I played rook c8, but he has rook takes f7.
Check.
I saw this move. I needed to play something. I had 20 seconds left, and my rook was under attack. And I figured if I play like rook f8, he's going to play d7. There might be a way to defend against that, I guess, but not that I saw with 20 seconds left. So yeah, rook takes f7 would have been
Check.
strong for him. And then if I take, he takes here, and there's probably nothing stopping the pawn from marching forward. My only chance is to go for a perpetual, but that will probably fail. He has a good pawn structure to avoid a perpetual check. It's not too exposed. So,
Check.
yeah, and this is pure time scramble mode at this point. Yeah, I should play h5 in response to h4 to stop him from going h5. I'm lucky I didn't get mated because I totally didn't see that he was attacking the h6 pawn when he moved his queen. So,
Check.
oh, actually there is a force mate. What did he do here? Queen takes h5. Queen g5. Yeah, and if I run to the h file, and he has rook h6, and if I come here, he has rook h6, and he's coming here. So he had a win at the end. Wow. Yeah, this was a really lucky scrape because he had 2 seconds more, and he has force mate on the board. I just happened to be able to get into,
Check.
I don't know, some scenario where my king escaped, and
Check.
I won with just a second to spare. So, all right. Well, I have a 2-game win streak going in the 3-minute pool. I'll be back tomorrow with another Blitz game. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Bye, guys.